I the asshole for refusing to do anything with my in laws? I, 25 female, married my husband, 25 male, a couple years after we finished high school. While we didn't talk much in high school, we hit it off very well afterwards. While dating my husband, I noticed his family's cleanliness standards were far below my own. For background, I grew up with 10 siblings on a 10-acre farm where most days chores mattered more than going to school. We were taught several things as children: to deep clean the house, yard, every Saturday, bathing every other day, sometimes every day depending on circumstances, laundry done every week, sheets changed every week, with bedding being washed every 2 weeks. When I first walked into my in-laws' home, it was dark and it did not smell good. I came to find out that my husband and his 2 teenage brothers had been crammed into one room for their entire childhood. The oldest sister got a bigger room for herself, and the parents got a whole floor for them to use. The house felt like it had a layer of crud throughout the whole house, especially when I noticed the bugs all over the dishes, sinks, counters. I honestly wanted to run, but I knew I was going to marry my husband, so I fought the nausea whenever I was over there. My mother-in-law didn't particularly like me because she deemed me an obstacle in my husband's life and thought I was trying to ruin her family's reputation by pulling him away from his church duty services. We're all the same religion, by the way. She would constantly tell me and my husband that she knew every little thing that was going on, and we couldn't stop her from knowing what was going on. After marrying my husband, my in-laws got more and more nosy about our relationship. They didn't like the idea that they didn't have a say in what he was doing. We have since stopped using certain social medias because she potentially has his login information. This is when I started noticing how they treated him personally. They would constantly make fun of his size, calling him fat, dumb, etc. Aside from his younger brothers, everyone else is bigger than him. They constantly belittle him and compare him to his older sister who graduated from college. Please keep in mind that my husband is now a successful truck driver with a CDL and didn't go into debt paying for college. This has helped us tremendously with raising our first child and preparing for the second. After having my first child, I didn't want to go over to my in-laws due to the filth, which ended up causing a fight between my husband and I. We asked them to clean the place if they were going to come over. I think she messed up. We asked them to clean the place if we were going to come over, which they only did twice before stopping. Since my husband is the first of their children to give them grandchildren, my in-laws started targeting their oldest daughter more for not doing the same thing. This in turn caused her to start picking on my husband more and finding fault in every little thing she could, and feeding the negativity into their parents, leading to more fat, dumb comments towards my husband. He is seeing a physical trainer and goes to the gym regularly. Since the disgusting focus and comments came back to my family, it also started including my son. They would constantly get in the way of my parenting and mocking my child. As soon as he started to walk, they included physical mockery as well, including dumping bottles of water on his head. Whenever I asked them to stop, they would just laugh and do it again. Oh, hell no. Somebody's pouring bottles of water on your kid's head. You tell them no and they continue to do it anyways. They wouldn't have any arms left to pour a bottle of water on my child's head because I would rip their arms off and beat them with their own arms. The most recent incident was them wanting to take photos of my son, which I have done very well stopping people from taking photos out of privacy. Specifically, they were wanting to shove food on his face and take photos. He's not even 2 years old, and they keep ignoring the boundaries I have set with him. They have also ignored personal boundaries and have told people and strangers that I am pregnant and what gender I'm expecting, preventing me from announcing the great news myself. Even the puppy disagrees with that one. All in all, am I the asshole for not wanting my in-laws involved in my life and not wanting to be around them anymore? I feel a lot of anger whenever they're around because they deliberately ignore my set boundaries and continually make fun of my husband and son. I don't want to have to worry about it affecting all of my current and future children or affecting my husband more than it already has. Also, it has been over 5 years that I have been dealing with this from them and an additional 20 for my husband. I will say, because I went through the comments, because she was getting a little lambasted like, hey, why isn't your husband stepping up, yada, yada. She does say He is absolutely supporting her in this and does stand up. OP, this is what I'm going to tell you because I actually understand the married to a trucker lifestyle. Number one, go no contact. When your husband's out of town, I'd go no contact, period. Anybody who treated my child that way, I'm not saying it's okay to have a filthy house. Okay. I'm not justifying that. My issue would be 100% the verbal abuse that they do to your husband, the fact that they like to make fun of your child. Those are reasons enough. Sorry, you guys are out. Now, if your husband wants to continue to have a relationship with him, that's great. That's for him. But let him know. When it comes to your family, they get no information, no pictures, no anything when it comes to me, your wife, or our children. The relationship you want to have with them, I will support that as best as I can, as long as it does not include me. Information silence. Visitation silence. It is literally the Berlin Wall of silence. You get nothing. Okay? With him being on the road, that should be much easier because he's probably not home often. And when he is, I'm sure you have a long honey-do list of things he needs to get done the few days he's back. So stay busy, enjoy your kids, and don't even give his family the option of being smug. And I'm just gone, block on everything.